So how often do you recommend the workouts and the detoxes and everything else to maintain a balanced lifestyle?
That is a great question, because I don't think enough people do enough self-care and take the time for it, because they feel like they're like the place you mentioned that has you do it at a slower heart rate. I love that you're open to that, because most of your age group is like, oh, we got to keep going, which is the sympathetic nervous system. So they've done that right, getting you in a zone, love the word zone, that it's a little more optimal to actually fat burning, because sometimes when you get your adrenals and everything going, it's too much. Same thing with the frequency of your workouts. If you're hitting it really hard, which we see with runners running around the lake several times and not stopping and not taking a day off, then you can actually go backwards and start. I see a lot of people with my body type, which is different from yours, more adrenal type, more muscular. We actually start holding on to water. We start gaining weight. We start looking puffy, because that's our sympathetic nervous system is on fight or flight. And we need to come down a little bit to lose or to shred, or it's so opposite of what we think. So finding that balance, like how I say, Saturdays and Sundays, I definitely take it a lot easier. So I have 5 days that are a little more intense, but I don't do weight training every single day. When I taught classes, I did, and that was not doing me a service, because I was doing it because that was my job. But I would recommend 2 to 3 days of like strength training based on your body type, right? And then, or body weight, just some sort of weight bearing exercise. And then the other days doing your cardio, which doesn't have to be long. I mean, bouts of cardio can be sprinting, can be more fast twitch, which can be more beneficial, or sticking in a yoga, having yoga, or doing that at the end of your strength training. Mixing it up is the key. But for detox purposes, Sundays, I said, are my day, but I also make sure I do one other day during the week, which is usually midweek, that I'll get into the sauna to be able to even just get the lactic acid out, lower the inflammation, reset, push the reset button. But if you can't do 2, 1 day for sure, to balance all of it together. So that, I love that you use the word balance. I was not balanced when I was your age. I wasn't.
Oh, I'm not either, but I'll try.
You're a lot more, because you're aware of what we were not aware of, what we were putting in our body. Yeah. And now you guys may be a little too aware, but that's okay, because you're going to come back to the balance point. And again, like we talked about earlier, instead of being so extreme and rigid about everything, if you work the infrared in and work these detox and self-care in, you can give a little. Like, you can cheat, you can eat some processed food. Yes. It's not going to be the end of the world, and it's not going to show up on your body all the time,
Well, thank you so much. That was so informative and interesting.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for having me at SMU. This was so fun to even see the whole setup here.